What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Hope all is well. Everybody's safe in these crazy times that we are going through. I'm actually on time. But yeah, man. Been busy. But yeah. Just watched the Gemini Man. It was really good. I like Will Smith, so it was better than what I expected. But Tulip should be having the puppies here soon, man. So I'm excited. She should be dropping here in less than 2 weeks. So they'll all be tries, blue tries. I have some lilac tries in there, and I may record some of it. You know what I'm saying? Because she gives birth naturally, so I'm gonna try to at least, depending if I have help, record some of it. Pretty much how I help. I'll pretty much help her out. Just sometimes the puppies come out of their sacks. Sometimes they come out with their sacks. So usually, if they're in their sacks, I usually open it up, and uh, I have my little syringe that I use to get the liquid out their nose, out their mouth. Just help them. Towels, plenty of towels. To rub them up. In case they're not breathing. Just help her out in any way I can, because I want to say the first litter she had was a litter of 9. So, and then her pedigree, they throw me big litters. So, which her mother was Black China, Tulips, and Black China had 9, and then Black China's mother is China, and I want to say she had 7 one litter. She had 2 1. And then I think she had 8 with another one. So, and then Asia, forget about it. Asia had like 9, which is Asia's China's sister. So, and she's about a week and like 4 or 5 days, and she's pretty big now. So, that's not always the case. Sometimes they'll be small and have a huge litter. Sometimes they'll be big and have a small litter. So we'll just have to see, man. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what she's gonna have. So that's the good news about her. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm about to take a video of a couple dogs that I'm about to be posting up. I got a Red Bull Savage son, sorry, that I'm about to post up. He's 1.5K. I want to say he's around 4 months old. So I'll be selling him. And then Tulip, I'm gonna be selling her. Yeah, because she should be ready to go by around the end of July. I'm sorry, it's April, end of May, or early June, depending when these puppies drop. Have to look at the calendar. But yeah, I can go ahead and let her go, as well as Cupcake. I'm gonna keep Cupcake around one more time. I don't think she took, because her due date is literally, I think, in 2 weeks, and like, dude, she don't look like she took. So I bred her to Guap, but this time around, I'm gonna breed her to Red Bull, make it that 2X Grand Champion El Toro bloodline. So yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna order these kennels here soon, or if I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, just so I go ahead and probably double up. So I'm not too sure just yet. I would say, honestly, man, no, but as far as showing kids showing dogs, I mean, honestly, it's just whatever age, really. Um, it's more so depend on when you're gonna hit the ring. You know, a lot of people um, gotta understand, man. You know, going to dog shows is time consuming, money consuming, um, and you just have to have an attitude to be happy if you win or lose, honestly. Because I hear a lot of people talking about going to shows. It's real political, you know. Um, but at the end of the day, you know, if you got a good dog, you're promoting it at shows. I know a particular guy. He went to one show with his dog. He lost, and he got all kind of business clientele off of that. Um, so me personally, you know, that's what I plan on doing. I plan on hitting the ring. I'm getting off early today, y'all. I got stuff to do, so I'm getting off exactly at 8:30. So if y'all got questions, make sure y'all post them ASAP. Um, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and show.
She gave me my money back for the stuff I bought.
So,
We finna go back across the street when I'm done doing the
you know, you just gotta understand that you know you can't be getting all mad and want to fight somebody or upset because I mean the judges are human. You know, a lot of them breed, so they may swing one way for a certain bloodline. You know, they may have certain things that they like. You know, so I'm not. People was like, oh, if you want to show, man, you got to really know your judges and know where to go. Man, I ain't doing none of that. I'm be honest with you. When I had, it may be 2021, it may be 2022, you know, that I have my own dog that I produced and that's worthy of taken to the show ring because I've been to several shows, been to several nationals, and I feel like I've seen and then I've used plenty of amazing looking dogs. So if I don't produce a Guap, dude, he's not amazing. He's nice. Red Bull, he's nice. Mr. 45, dude's nice, but they're not amazing. You know, I would say they're in college. You know, I would say D League. You know, we're talking about basketball. Are they NBA status? Absolutely not. For you, those who have only seen dogs around your area, unless you know you got some nice dogs around your area, you know I highly suggest going to a dog show because you'll see extraordinary dogs. There might be two or three depending on what show you go to. You know, I've been to big shows. Matter of fact, the littlest show I went to, it had some nice dogs, and Lucky was there in 2014. Um, uh, so you know, don't get it twisted. But you know, the bigger shows, dude. I've been to some 4 shows. I'm talking about it started at 10 and didn't end till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, you know, because there were so many dogs. So, and 4 shows, you know. Um, so, yeah, so that's my plan. Once I have a dog that can compete at the elite level that I'm going to invest a lot of money in, you know, driving around the country to take the dog shows, I can care less if I win. That would be a plus. But honestly, man, just the exposure, just to see other people's dogs and just to exposure really for the business, for the stud, you know, can go a long way. You know, but I'm not going to be crazy. I'm not going to be hitting up 2 to 3, 4 shows a month, you know. uh, I plan on just doing simple 1 show a month, you know, and just traveling around. You know, right now is not the time. Um, I'm dedicating more to breeding and getting my bloodline where I want it to be. I came a long way, and I can go a whole lot farther in 2 to 3 years. So I'm just taking my time and just sitting back and enjoying this time that I can sit back and just relax. You know, because once you start hitting them dog shows, you know, you're gonna have to. I'm driving, so you know, I may fly to certain shows because I plan on showing at least once in Cali and once in Texas and maybe Nevada every year. You know, so I'll probably be flying to those, or I may give me a little camper, um, and you know, just make a little mini vacation. Um, so those are the plans to that. What's up, bullies? What up, grind time? But so you know that's just my way of doing it. You know, because like I said, matter of fact, I have I've brought Venus, Guap. I brought one more dog. It was Venus, Guap. No, it was 2 dogs. Yeah, I took them to a show here in Kentucky. Um, But I just brought them there just to walk them around and let people see them. As far as like getting in the show now, because you also have to train them and dedicate time into having them, uh, know what they're doing in the show ring. It's not like you just bring a dog. Well, I actually did see Venus's brother. Actually, they brought him in there, and boom, he actually got second place, Ghost. Um, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm gonna have one dog, a male, not a female, a male, and put a lot of time into him and raise him and train him and prepare him from the show ring, and and hit it. So 2021, maybe 2022, maybe 2023. Whenever it's right, it's right. I'm in no rush, and I'm really just glad where I'm at. Yes, I want to improve, but what I'm saying is like, I'm having a good time where I'm at, and I know for a fact once I get to the show ring, I'm gonna have a good time there. Um, but yeah, man. So just been relaxing. Like I said, I watched Gemini Man, playing Call of Duty, Warzone. I've been having a blast. So definitely keep in mind those people that are struggling right now because of the coronavirus, and I could just imagine some of the big cities, like New York. They were saying something like 50% of the new cases and 50% of those infected are from New York City, and I believe it. When you like with my dogs, I'm about to put braces in all the kennels so that they can't lick each other through the gate, because if one of them get worms, they all get worms. It's the same thing in New York. It's like, dude, you're in an apartment with hundreds and hundreds of people, like y'all touching the same doorknobs. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's they're packed there like rats. So the infection just spreads like wildfire, and that's how I know China was lying. As far as with their numbers and saying how many were infected, how many died. Get out of here. New York City is a baby city compared to the cities in China. And in China, majority of the population live on the East Coast next to the ocean, and the cities are by the millions. Like I said, their cities make New York City look like a little baby. It's crazy, man. China has at least almost 1/3 of the world's population, and China's a small country as is, and then most of them, like I said, are all segregated in the East Coast, because towards the west they have the huge desert, and then you get farther up northwest and you have a small population there. And then they were talking about there's one road that leads from the northwest to the east of China, eastern part of China. So yeah. Appreciate that grind time. Yeah, I have an aunt in San Antonio, so she's been begging me to come down there and visit and stay with her. So I told her definitely every time I go to Texas, I'll definitely be visiting my aunt and my cousins. Oh, I believe it. Texas is a big state. Texas definitely has some amazing dogs, and California is number one. Shoot, Texas might be number two. A lot of problems like with New York City. A lot of people just can't. They don't have the room for dogs, and they don't have the capacity to have dogs. Man, I know, especially if they're in apartments or even if they have a house. Like my uncle, before he sold his house and moved to Florida, his front yard was literally concrete, and then his backyard was literally, I want to say it was probably 8 feet by 10 feet. Like, it was tiny. So, and then in New York City, like, dude, I wouldn't leave nothing outside. I wouldn't leave nothing. Not a bike, not a dog, not a grill, nothing. You don't even leave nothing in your car. And most New Yorkers don't even have cars. You know what I mean? So, much less a small dog. And then a small dog, dude, anybody will pick that dog up, even a big dog, but at least with a big dog, they might, some people might be scared of it. But I mean, even if I had a big dog, I wouldn't leave it outside. Not in New York City, man. You literally people can reach around your backyard and just snatch your dog up, and you'll never see it again. But yeah, I think that has a lot of issues with some of these bigger cities, man. It's like people just don't, and even if they do, okay, how many can you have? You know what I mean? How many can you walk every day if you're in an apartment? You know what I mean? You for every dog, unless you walk 4 or 5 of them at the same time, jeez Louise, you have to go down the stairs depending on how big your elevator is. So it makes it difficult. So that's why I think a lot of big dogs aren't, from New York City. A lot of nice dogs are from Cali and stuff like that. Of course, they're the biggest state as well, and they also have the most people, so the numbers are with them. But that's just my take on things. If I breed 2 dogs from your yard, would they be considered my production of yours? It just depends who you talk to. It depends what the people think. So, different people argue different things, but the bottom line, for instance, like with Remy, they were like, this is Remy blood or Remy line, but it came from Razor's Edge, but yet, he took it to another level with his promotion and marketing. So, I understand both parts. You buy 2 dogs from me, and then, is it your production? Yeah, in a way it is. It is your production. You produced it, And at the same time, too, you got to admit, you produced it off the 2 dogs you bought from me that I produced, So, I was talking to one guy about that, and I was putting pictures of the dog he produced off of my dog, and was like, this is some of the productions and what you can get off of my blood. And he was like, dude, this isn't your blood. And I was like, so we went back and forth on that. But then I was like, all right, man, look, I'm not gonna help promote none of your stuff, Because I was telling him, I was like, dude, I'm promoting you and I'm gonna promote me at the same time. But he didn't see it that way, so I was like, all right, that's fine. I just took his dogs off. Yes, sir, man. Hope all is well over there too, Viking. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, sir. Queens, New York. That's where my family and I are really originally from. I don't blame you, because honestly, too, man, when you walking the dogs, gotta admit it, man, people stick you up right there and take your dog from you. So that's another thing as well. So New York City, man, it's crazy over there. I don't think Queens is that bad. I think the Bronx is now. Yeah, but it changes. But the time is 8:19. All right, I'm about to do 11 minutes more, and I'm about to get off. But yeah, so So I'm excited. I moved a whole bunch of dogs around in the backyard. Like I said, I'm about to put some dividers up, to divide all the dogs, and just keep them from barking so much and messing with each other through the fences. And then I've been having a bunch. I had the little blue tri-female, then the 2 piebald girls. It's 2X champion Lucky Luciano, and they done broken at 3 different kennels, man. So if I put up little dividers, that's the end of it. They won't be able to break through as easily. It could happen because I'm about to do it out of wood. It could happen, but I think it'll take a little bit more time. But we'll see. I'm about to just go ahead and experiment, and try it out, because the wood itself is going to cost me, but maybe $100. So bump it. Why not? I think it'd be a good idea. Then I'll be putting the tarp up top here soon. The temperature just dropped real crazy here in Kentucky again. So we're talking about in the 30s at night, and 50s and 60s in the day. So it got real hot. It was like 83, 86 for one day, and I was like, shoot, man, it's about to be hot, for the rest of the spring. But it dipped down right back. So I don't know. I'll get to it when I get to it. But I'm about to put up them dividers probably here next week. We're talking about everybody getting that check from the government. So I'm like, sure, might as well use that, to go ahead and get that and divide them, and then plus, go ahead and can't wait till those kennels come in because that's gonna be real nice. Oh, I doubled up all the kennels in the bag uh just to divide some dogs because I know with the Mona and Guap pups I had four. I had Gentleman Jack and his three sisters on one kennel, and they're getting big, dude. They gotta be around 5 months. They gotta be. I gotta look because they're big. They're big. So I separated them. I threw Gentleman Jack with King Cut. Then I took the little smut female and threw her in with the tallest one off of Red Bull and Royds of Relic, which was the black brindle. I threw them together. I threw the two pieball sisters together because they kept breaking into each other. And then I threw the blue triangle with her sister, which is the smut. And then I'm trying to think who I would throw in with Mr. 45 because I don't want to throw in the male. And I'm not sure in there. So I might throw in Barbie because she likes to cause trouble, man. But I'm thinking with Mr. 45 she won't, just because he's a male and he's bigger, a lot bigger. He's probably about a good 3 times bigger than Barbie. So we about to see. About to see, because if I do that, I'll have a lot more. I'll be able to put all my dogs in the backyard, and that'd be nice. But not all, but a lot. Because some of my dogs, some of them I'm gonna bring in the house. Mr. 45, I'm gonna bring him in the house. I'm gonna bring Gentleman Jack in the house. Bring Gentleman Jack in the house, and keep Guap and Red Bull in the house. Yeah. I said, I figured, shoot, somebody's gonna steal them. Nobody stole my dogs, but I'll try to be proactive. But if somebody's gonna steal them, they could steal a couple females, and I'll be all right. But if or kill them or poison them, because man, they're people's petty, man, in this business. They'll straight up poison your dogs, kill your dogs, just because they're jealous of what you got going on. So I figured, if I get my studs in the house, I'll be able to bounce back quicker. Because I only have 4 studs. I got a bunch of females, so I gotta protect my studs. You take out my 4 studs, man, I'm done. Especially right now, I'm not making money off of stud fees. I'm making money off of puppies, so I'm not at that point. But that's what's up, Dolores Bullies. To see this man I produced off a female I bought from you. What female? Yeah, go ahead, man. Shoot, send me a picture because I love posting that stuff up. Yep, Red Bull throws tries. He showed do his daddy's Grand Champion El Toro. So Grand Champion El Toro is a black tri for those that don't know. Shoot, his sister, Mona freaking Lisa Jr. She threw me everything. She threw me a blue tri, which is Gentleman Jack. She threw me a chocolate tri, which I ain't named that girl. She threw me a black tri, I ain't named her. And then she threw a lilac tri, which I gave to my cousin. So right there, she threw me all the tries, all the colors as well. What else? So yeah, and then Red Bulls already threw blues and blacks. Yeah, blues and blacks. I don't think we've done anything else yet. But I mean, I've bred them several times, and then just some of my females didn't take. Because I've done bred Red Bull like 8 times, and I want to say only maybe 9 or 10, and only like 4 of them took. So. But yeah, so I'm excited. I got it's looking like Royds really took. She's about 3 weeks out. It's looking like she took. She's starting to swell up. Tulip definitely took. Of course, I bred her Guap, and then I just bred Savage the Red Bull, and I bred Roxy the Grim. I'm gonna post up a picture in the video that I have during the breeding when I went up to go use Grim. So I'm hoping they both took. I'll be super excited. And that's about it right now. I got a couple females I'm waiting to come into heat, and I'll be breeding them. I've never bred Mr. 45, but I already know what he'll throw because I produced him, his mother, and he's really a blue tri-piebald. He had several blue specks on his ears before I had his ears cropped. His mother's Venus, which is a blue tri-piebald, and I bred Venus back to her daddy, which is Champion Lucky Luciano, which is blue tri. So I bred Champion Lucky Luciano back to his daughter Venus and produced Mr. 45. So he's inbred. That's why he's 2X Champion Lucky Luciano. He's also a possible color carrier. So once I breed him towards the end of this year, I'll probably breed him. I'll breed him pretty heavy. It'll be probably him and Gentleman Jack, depending on who I like more. It may be 75-25 or it may be 50-50, but I'm thinking it's going to be 75-25 with Mr. 45. And then but we'll see, because like I said, I'm not breeding him till the end of the year. I plan on breeding him back to his grandnieces, because I bred Guap daughters to Red Bull, and I plan on breeding Guap granddaughters, which is Red Bull daughters, back to Mr. 45 and do a complete circle. So I'll know for sure if he throws tries or not. I mean, obviously he will throw tries. He'll throw piebald as well. But I'll know if he'll throw lilac and chocolate tries once I start breeding to my stuff, because I have everything now. I got blacks, blues, lilacs, tries. Black, blue, chocolate, and lilac tries. So we'll know for sure. But I really don't care, honestly. I mean, dude, he's 2X Champion Lucky Luciano. Like, dude is Shamrock's brother. They have different mothers, obviously, but they're both inbred. So I'm super excited. And he's a pocket. Shamrock is not. Because Alex was trying to get me to use him for the longest. And I was like, nope, I'm using my favorite personal son, Grand Champion Tone the Clone. So he's a Champion Lucky Luciano son. He has a short back, which Lucky does not throw very often. He also is pocket as all get out. So that's my favorite Champion Lucky Luciano son. There's another one I like. I like man, I forgot his name. The Freak. Freak. Oh, man, I forgot his name. He's like in New Jersey or something like that. But I mean, I'm not gonna use him, dude. I have too much Lucky blood as is. When I do that, Grand Champion Tone the Clone breed, and I don't even know who I'm doing it to. I kind of have some ideas. I wanted to breed him to Venus, but that's not gonna work. I don't want to breed him to Roxy, but that's down the road. I'm not even tripping about that right now. But Corona Queens. I like that, Corona Queens. That's funny. So yeah. So, we'll see. But I got already 5 different generations of pedigrees on my yard. So it's I've been fooling with it a lot. I've been fooling with a lot of guap. Now I'm fooling with a lot of Red Bull blood. And I already fooled with Mr. 45's blood, because it's the same thing as Lucky, but 2 times. So, and then his grandmother obviously is Jupiter, which is Venus's mom, and almost everything on my yard has her blood in it. So with experience, man. What's up, Spawn? So with experience, how's Nas doing? Don't say I know I left 2 messages. I ain't heard back from you, so hopefully all good news. So with experience, then with Red Bull, I've dealt with it also because it's Grand Champion Futuristic blood, and that was one of my first breedings, was Grand Champion Futuristic to Persia, and that's what produced Toad. That's what produced a bunch of other. Then I bred Persia several times. I bred her to Mars. I bred her to Grand Champion Chomper, so I'm saying, like, dude, I'm starting to know my blood so much more because I've been fooling it with it since the beginning. Like, I haven't bought any more dogs. Like, I just bought my initial 5, and then I paid other people to breed to them and kept generations and generations. I have generations off of all my foundation females, and I just plan on doing that. Keep on going and create my own bloodline, and have some type of track record and some type of and just increasing what I'm doing, Um, that's how all great bloodlines are established. People are working with the blood and paying attention to it. And over the years, they know what's good and what's not. Like with Guap, man, he's threw me short backs like crazy. He's threw me small dogs, short backs. What I like more cheeks, more muscle. He threw me good muscle. I'm not gonna lie. That little smut female's got some nice muscle. So does mama. But I would like more muscle, more girth. I would say those are the two things. Rears. But with that Lucky Blood, with the 2X champion Lucky Luciano females that I have, they all have rears. So, just yeah, you just start learning, you start putting stuff together, and boom. You create the bloodline, and you know your bloodline best because it's yours. But with that being said, let me go because I'm about to get ready to go live with Michael here at 9, and I got a couple things I need to knock out, and I'm trying to get ahead of it, man. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thank you for the comments, the likes, the views, and y'all stay safe, and hopefully, y'all are all doing good. Like I said, I personally haven't talked to anybody that's really been going through, but I know for a fact there's plenty. There's got to be, with all these businesses and everything closing down and not being able to work. So y'all take care. God bless.